What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Welcome to another episode of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Today, I want to show you how to build the perfect Tera raid Iron Thorns. That's right, Iron Thorns is a great Pokemon for Tera raids. I'm going to be using it as a rock-type attacker. I've already put a lot of work into this Iron Thorn, so some of my work here is already done, but I'll explain to you what you need to do so you can get that perfect Tera raid Iron Thorns. Okay, so for this Pokemon, I've already maximized the EVs and the IVs. I would like to do that on video, but I did it while I was on a live stream. So basically, you want to maximize the attack and the HP for your EVs, and you want to hyper train all of your IVs except for special attack. I'll cover IVs near the end of the video, but for now, let's just talk about EVs. If you've got a bunch of EVs and they're all over the place in the wrong areas, then you need to use some special berries to remove those EVs, and then you're going to raise them back up using HP up and protein. You can buy the HP up and protein from the Shuriken store. You can find the Shuriken store in many different towns, and it always has the same inventory. You also need to buy an Adamant Mint, so go ahead and purchase an Adamant Mint if you don't have one already from doing Tera raids. Iron Thorns will benefit the most from an adamant nature because it raises your attack and lowers your special attack, and we will not be using special attack whatsoever because it is a physical attacker. So go ahead and change that nature to adamant, max out your HP and attack EVs, and we'll hyper train in just a little bit. Before we do that, let's go ahead and move on to our moves. Now, the moveset is very important for this Pokemon. I'm going with an all rock-type moveset, so I'm going to use some PP ups on the rock-type moves I already have. I originally intended to use Iron Thorns as an electric attacker as well as a rock attacker, basically get a 2-for-1 here, but I realized that I don't have the electric Tera type, I have the rock Tera type, so I decided to go all in with only rock-type moves, and I'll just have a super targeted rock-type attacker. I'll use it for flying Pokemon, for example. And if there's any other Pokemon that I can use it against, like fire type, that'll be handy as well. But I don't want to split the bill and have it some rock moves and some thunder moves because it's just not going to be very useful that way. So I'm going all in, all rock type moves, and I'm going to use this as a rock type attacker. And if I need an electric type attacker, I'll just make a different Pokemon for electric moves. So we're really going to focus in this Iron Thorns on being a rock type attacker. Alright, next up we head to Montenevera. This is where you can find the hyper training guide. This is the only place you can hyper train in the game, so you do have to fast travel over to Montenevera, and this guy is right behind the area that you fast travel. He's got the Abomasnow next to him. I already did IV training, but I wanted to cover this for the video because I'm sure you probably need to do this. All you need to do is max out every stat except for special attack. I've already done that, as you can see here. It's got the crown next to all of my IV stats. If I were to select special attack, I could start the training, but I don't want to do that because it would just be a waste of a bottle cap. We're really not going to use special attack whatsoever on this Pokemon. One thing that I forgot to mention, because I also already did this on a video yesterday, is you need to get a booster energy for the held item. Now, booster energy can only be picked up one time in the game along the way in the story of Area 0. It's in a rubbish pile very near the bottom of Area 0. However, you can pick up more booster energies by encountering wild Paradox Pokemon. They do have a 5% chance to be holding one. If they're holding one, it'll do a special animation at the beginning of the battle, and then you know that that Pokemon is holding the booster energy. Then you can catch that Pokemon and it will be holding the booster energy, and you can simply remove the booster energy as its held item and give it to any Pokemon that you want. So as you can see here, I've got the booster energy for my Quark Drive ability on Iron Thorns. Quark Drive is the only ability that Iron Thorns will get, so you really need to get a booster energy if you don't already have one. If you really can't figure out how to get a booster energy, go ahead and check out the video I made yesterday. That one's going to show you how to get a booster energy super fast, and I was actually able to get 8 different booster energies in about a half an hour, so they're really not that hard to find. The last thing we need to cover on this video is my moveset. Now, there's a bunch of different movesets online. People will say that you can use all kinds of amazing moves with this Pokemon, and it's true, there's a lot of great moves. Earthquake is really desirable, Thunderfang is desirable. I was using some other moves as well, but what I'm really going to do here is make Iron Thorns into a rock type attacker for rock Tera type raids where I need a rock Tera type. So that's what I'm going to use this for, and I'm going to change all my moves for that effect. So I was trying out Earthquake. I decided to get rid of it and put Screech instead. Screech is going to lower the defense of the enemy Pokemon, which is going to make you do so much more damage. If you remember from Pokemon Sword and Shield, Screech was extremely useful in the raids as well as in the Dynamax adventures, so we're going to go right back to that strategy. Screech is going on the team. Of course, we're going to use Stone Edge and Rock Slide as well. Stone Edge is one of the best known rock type moves, but it does have a high chance to miss, but it does a lot of damage as well, so it's one of those risk reward situations. And we're going to use Rock Slide because that's a little bit more tried and true for a rock type move. It's definitely going to hit more often than Stone Edge is, so we don't want to miss all the time. So we've got that Rock Slide so we can do tried and true damage, and then Stone Edge is your risk it for the biscuit kind of move. We also want to use Sandstorm because that's going to deal a little bit of drip damage, kind of like a burn, and it's also going to improve our defense. And then Screech will remove the defense of the enemy Pokemon, so we'll maximize our damage, and we're looking pretty good. Basically, all that's left after that is to rearrange our moves so they're in a little bit better order, and I already did a PP up on Rock Slide and Stone Edge earlier in the video, so we're good to go with this build. This is a really nice build right here. I've got my HP and attack maximized for EVs, I've got my IVs hyper trained, I've got my booster energy held item, I've got my rock type moves for my attack set, and we're looking really solid with this Pokemon. I think that we're basically done here. All right, you guys, so I did a bunch of the power-ups for this Pokemon on live stream. I'm gonna try to avoid doing that in the future just so I can put together the most robust video as possible. Everybody really liked my Azumarill video, so I really appreciate all the kind comments, and it really inspired me to do another perfect build video. So I did want to say thank you to everybody who commented that video. It was really inspiring for me. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you found this episode useful and informative. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you to all of my amazing subscribers, and peace.